Good morning, friends. It's raining. It's raining. Can you hear it? Anybody want a basketball goal? It's yours. Come and get it. Anyway, I just wanted to, oh wow, the clouds. Let me see if I can turn around again. I hope I don't get you dizzy. Look at the clouds right up over that tree. Isn't that pretty? Wow. It's raining here in Tennessee this morning. It'll be raining until about 9 o'clock, they said. And it's coming through in waves. The girls were out just a minute ago and it wasn't raining. And then suddenly it's raining and they're back in the house. Can't get wet. Nope. Anyway, it's been an interesting week and I wanted to pop on here and tell you there is a stomach bug going around. And whether you've gotten into the lettuce or you've caught the bug like I did, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. Chicken and rice, that was my solution. After about 2 or 3 days of chicken noodle soup and peanut butter and crackers, cheese and crackers, ramen noodles, and I got sick of that quick. But anyway, it was Wednesday before I really started feeling better and started feeling human, and took me a couple of more days before I quit making the run back and forth to the bathroom every 30 minutes to an hour. So if you are struggling with the stomach bug, I see you, I hear you, I relate. Hydrate. Lots of water, electrolyte mix, Gatorade, whatever it takes, cherry ginger ale. Telling you all of my secrets. Anyway, this week did not turn out the way I had planned. And as I'm sitting here on Saturday morning reflecting about it, it's okay. It's all okay. Because it allowed me to sit in my thoughts about my parents. And so if you knew my mom, she loved to write. She was always willing to help out somebody with their speech preparation or a demonstration. She could write a script like nobody's business. But she wrote personal stories all the time. She was an avid letter writer. And so she always encouraged me to write. I wasn't much of a fan. And that's all right. And then when I got into college, one of my professors, who was from the same area my mother was from originally, he saw something that I didn't, and he encouraged me to write. And so that's what I did this week. I did a lot of writing. And so I have a Substack account, and I have published this week a story about my mom and how she came into this world. Now, I grew up hearing that story off and on throughout my life. And so there were some historical facts, how would they have gone by covered wagon? What trail would they have followed? Questions I probably could have asked my grandpa and gotten all the details, but he's long gone. Grandma, what were you thinking? Man, I really want to have that conversation. Because what a journey to go on a month before your babies do. And then my dad, it was the opposite. I didn't have the stories. I grew up geographically in Oklahoma. They were in Florida. And so I wasn't privy to their memories and recollections of when my father came along. So I had to rely a lot on my genealogy research and what was going on at the time. And it allowed me to do some research on each of my grandparents. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, my parents loved me. My mother was the soft, kind, mothering love. My dad, he was the hard case. He loved hard. That was the only way he knew how. And looking back at my own life, I see how their influences and their method of parenting influenced my life and the way I parented my son. And let me tell you, my son will still look me straight in the face and call me out when I'm acting too much like my dad. It's true. Ask him. Anyway, I wrote an article about each one of them and their journey into this world. And then I also closed out with 2 stories about each of them when they left this world. And if you are able to have a role and to have a part, I will tell you, it was the greatest honor of my life to care for my parents in the role that I was allowed to play at the end of their journeys. I knew them well. I knew what they would accept and what they would not accept. So as you are raising your children, you need to make sure they know what your wishes are. And you need to make your preparations so that they have the documentation to support your decisions. So it's been a week of reflection. I've done a lot of writing. My mother, I know, is cheering me on in heaven. And my dad is like, do you really have to write about that? Do we really need to do that? So it's okay. My mom was very much about, when the crazy aunt comes over, sit her out on the front porch and give her a glass of tea. And so I'm just going to go sit out on the front porch with a glass of tea and watch it rain. Have a beautiful weekend, friends. And I hope that this next week, all of the things that you need to happen exactly the way it is intended. Have a beautiful weekend and blessings into next week. Bye.